wears one of these? A king. Sometimes a queen, a king. And he usually wears one of these. It's a robe. It may not be like the robe that kings a long time ago wore, but it's representing a king. All right? Okay, what do you think this has to do with a king?
It looks like a script.
Script or scroll, or this is what they use, like if the king had, like right now we have President Trump. He writes things, you see him on TV and he'll read it. This is an amendment or what, he don't say amendment, back then it was like amendments. Okay, this is like a king said, this is what the new rules are. You can't do this, you can't do that. This is called a scroll, something like that. Okay. Now, this right here is just a cushion for the chair to make the person. Do we have any boys in here that are 8? How old are you, Eli?
I'm 10.
He's 10, is what I thought. Jedediah, you're 6.
7.
7. How old are you, little one?
7.
7. We got 2 7-year-olds. Okay. Tell me what your name is, sweetie.
Bentley.
Bentley. I forgot that. You did Bentley, I forgot. I apologize for that. Okay. Now, Jedediah, something I want you to do for me. All right, Josiah, go stand by the board. You're going to represent Josiah. You know what the big deal was about Josiah? Josiah was 8 years old when he became king. 8. Now, 1 year older than Jedediah. We're going to let him represent him for just a minute. All right, the Bible says a lot about Jedediah. Josiah, that's right. Okay. Thank you, Jedediah. The same letter with different names. All right, let me read something.
Same first letter but different name.
That is exactly right. Jedediah is right there. Josiah is here. Josiah was a very important young man. Now listen to this. Josiah was 8 years old when he began to reign. When he became king, he was 8. Can you imagine that? And he served in Jerusalem for 31 years. And a lot of times, when a man was king, that's like King David, when David's son became king after David died. Now it's not so much like it back then it was. Well, the Bible always tells you if this king was good or bad. This is what it says about it. Josiah did that which was right in the sight of the Lord. He walked in the ways of David, his father, and declined neither to the right hand nor the left. In other words, he did what God told him to do at 8 years old. Now that's hard to comprehend. Can you imagine? All right, come here, Josiah, Jedediah. All right. Okay, what if he was king of the United States? Would it be hard to pay attention to somebody this size?
Yes.
Just a kid. You gotta be kidding me. I can't do what he says do. You just have to visualize Josiah in the Bible. God is telling us Josiah was 8 and he did what was right. Now, what I want everybody to think about, then we're going to eat and then we're going to come back into this. All right. Josiah, I'm going to just let you sit over down there. I'm going to just sit down there a little bit because we're going to do some stuff. I want you to think, if you were king, what are some changes that you would make? Some changes to do with the world, to do with your friends, to do with church. What were some changes? I want each one of you to see if you can come up with something. What would you do if you were king for the day? Everybody listen? Everybody gonna do it? Just think about it, Russell. Y'all can think about it. You know how to say that. All right. It might be something silly to you or to me. Think about some things, changes that you could make if you were king. Josiah discovered something. We're gonna find out what he discovered one day when he was in the church. He was in what they didn't call it church back then. They called it, I guess, a dwelling place or where they met. They met at people's houses a lot of times. But anyway, you think about that and see what some changes that you think you might could make if you were king. All right, everybody want something to eat?
Yes.
All right. Well, you do, you don't. Okay, let's put our hands down right now.
Same thing I was about to say.
All right, listen up. Think about it. All right, are you done, Jedediah?
Almost.
I'm waiting on you, because I need you sitting down there
Josiah.
while I start, okay? Let's look at Mr. Josiah down here. All right, we're going to put the crown on your head. We're going to put the robe around you, but it's going to be too long to put on, so we're going to do it this way. Put your hands down. This is your scroll, so you're gonna pass the laws, and that's what you're gonna read. All right, but this is just representative of a sword, the king with a sword. Now see, let's see. Come up just a minute here, Russell, please, sir. Now this is what we call a fighting sword. It's a pretend thing. And so he wanted him to be a knight. I mean, look, watch me, Jedi. You wanted him to be a knight and to do it, send him out to work. This is what you would do. Hold on to it. Tap him on the head. Don't hit him on the head. Tap him on the head. There you go, there you go. Then you need to sit back down. That's what that's for.
Because I don't get him in
All
there.
right, now.
Oh, yeah.
Now, what does a judge, you see this on TV or hear about it. What does a judge do when he wants to get everybody's attention? What does he say?
Order
In the court. So that's what he can do now to get y'all's attention. All right, order in the court. All right, now, Miss Lily, since you're the only female in the court, okay? Pay attention, guys. You're going to have to call on me just a minute. Just pretend. It's just all right. Okay, since Lily's the only female, Jedediah, you ask her what she wants to change. If you was queen, what would you change? If you was king, is there something that you think you would change? All right. Stand up a minute. Let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. That'll work. You're just going to pretend that you wasn't. There you go. All right. All right, baby. Got anything that you think about? Anything to do with school? Anything to do with law? Or if you was king?
There has to be a background check before anybody can buy a gun.
Has to be a background check before you know you buy a gun? I really thought that sort of was a law. But
That is.
That's good.
It's already been a law for a while.
It's like in every place. It's not some places.
No, that's true. That's true. Very good. See, that's what I'm talking about. Background check, or you get, when you know these people that are shooting and killing and all that. I mean, nobody enough to do that. You see what they do. There should be, and they somehow get it anyway. All right, Jedediah. Josiah. I'm probably doing it off and on the whole time. Okay, you can call on someone if you want to, or you want me to do it, or what you want to do? To see if I can do it. All right, Russell. Have a seat.
Bentley.
Bentley, it's your turn. What kind of thing would you change if you could, or what kind of law would you make?
Change summer school to no summer school.
You say no summer school? Oh, people are going to need summer school. That must mean that you've had to go to summer school and you don't want to. Is that what you mean? Oh, that's what I figured. Okay. No summer school. It will eventually be no school. Okay. Who else?
Yeah,
Josiah.
but
Listen up.
and go back, then you're forced to.
Eli. Y'all listen up a minute. All right, Josiah.
Elijah.
Elijah. What? Think of something that you might want to do, or
Change that if you were king.
yeah, if you were king.
God. Too many things.
Yeah, a lot of things.
Just say one of them. Oh God. Skip. I don't know. You want me to do you at the end? Yeah,
We'll come
do
back to
that.
it. You think about it, Elijah. We'll come back to it. Okay.
I don't
Dalton,
know all of their names.
Dalton, Travis, and Russell.
Russell.
All right, come on with a good one.
If I was king, I would make it where everyone that is good goes to church. Even if they have no gas money, they can afford it for, say they're making a YouTube channel and they get over 10,000 views, they get some money.
You just said 1,000 things.
And what did you say? What did you say about the money? I missed that part.
They can spend the money to get gas.
To get
Or
to church.
get to
Okay,
church.
I see what you're saying. I've got the church part. Okay, all right. That sound good, Josiah? Dalton? Do you think of a good one, a law, or something that you would change? Travis, can you think of something?
Free healthcare.
Free healthcare for everybody?
Yeah, for
Okay, see, now there's one, free healthcare.
Free healthcare?
All right, Dalton,
How do you know?
don't know one? Did you decide, Eli? No, we're not gonna make you do it, we just thought there might be something on your mind you'd change if you could.
I do got one thing. They won't bring them back now.
What's that?
410 shells.
Huh?
410 shells.
Oh,
I own one. It's hard to find shells.
okay, yeah, I need to lock my husband. Okay, you got it? Now what we, okay, now, since you're pretending you're the king,
Free power.
huh?
Free power.
Free power.
Free power.
Free power. Like free.
And that would be a lot, wouldn't it?
Free power.
AKA no bills.
In other words, have that free where you wouldn't get a bill, a power bill and a water bill. Well, that makes, I understand that, I understand that. That's something, imagine if you didn't have water, and if you didn't have power.
You would be
That's
freezing
tough
your
these
food.
days, that's tough these days, because you wouldn't have heat when it's, cold, you wouldn't have an air conditioner when it's hot, so yeah, I understand what you're saying. And you wonder sometimes why things can't be free. All right, now, what are you gonna declare to them that you might do if you were king? You're portraying the king, so you tell us what you're gonna do. You think of something? Are you satisfied with the way things are? So what would you change?
For there to be no school and for everyone to be homeschooled and homeschooled to be cheaper than it is.
Okay. I think, how many of our answers, one, two, there's about 3 or 4 answers to do with school. A couple of answers to do with guns, and that kind of thing.
One.
All right. Now let me tell you this, and then we'll finish up with this. Listen up, Bentley, sit down. Okay. In this same chapter, where it tells you that Josiah was 8 years old when he became king, and he wanted things done right. He didn't want any stealing. And you know, people had idols. You know what an idol was? They worshiped things. A big statue. People could even, these days could even worship their car. If they didn't have their car, they don't do anything, they could worship the internet, they could worship all that kind of stuff. And listen, back in Josiah's day, they had they went into the temple, and in there, they found a book of God that was put there by Moses. This is in the 34th chapter, 2nd Chronicles, and it was hidden. It was hidden like over here. And you know what was in that book? All the things that God told Moses to put in that book, people were not supposed to be doing. And when God says don't do it, God means don't do it. Josiah opens that book, and in that book it talks about no idols. Nothing comes before God. That's one of the things he saw in there. Money. They were spending money, useless money they had back then. They don't have money like people do now. Buying idols, buying things they shouldn't be buying. You know what he did? Josiah had all the men that worked under him to go and destroy every idol in the land. Tore it all up. If somebody had an idol built that was onto their house or whatever they were living in, the whole thing was destroyed. And he said, you are going to do what is right before God. You're in my kingdom here. God put me here in this kingdom to lead this kingdom like President Trump leads the United States right now. Josiah did that. And he said, we are not going to have idols. And he destroyed every idol. He said, y'all are going to walk in the way of God. In the way God brought a lot of y'all over on dry land, and you want to do this, worship idols. So see, he declared no more idols and destroyed them. You know, because he found in that book that was lost, he found it. And he said, we are going to do what is right in the eyes of God. Does that make sense? So see, he was in charge. God's always in control, but he puts men and some women in position to lead a country. And that's what Josiah was doing at the time. He said, you are going to declare the works of God and nothing else. Make sense? Anybody got any questions? Josiah. You did a good, Josiah. I'll take your crown and your robe, and you are dethroned. I know, he knows what that means. You don't have to be king anymore. You can be Jedediah, you're not Josiah. A king, because children are kings now. They were back then, when their daddy died, left them in that position. But, I don't know what any of you have in your mind that you might want to grow up to be. I'm sure Sister Pam knows this. Sometimes what we plan to be is not what God has in mind for us. But yet, if Jesus and God lives here, you're going to be at peace with whatever you're doing because you let Him lead you. Does that make sense? Everybody understand? All right, Miss Pam, you want to add anything?